The National Monetary Fund has acknowledged the commitment by Zimbabwean President Emmerson Mnangagwa's government to stabilise Zimbabwe's economy.
Well, it seeks to build sound economic policy and management in the landlocked country. The fund has also revealed that the Zimbabwe Staff Monitored Programme will run for a year.
The Zimbabwean economy is projected to contract by 2.1% in 2019 due to the impact of the ongoing fiscal consolidation, the impact of Cyclone Idai, as well as poor farming season. The IMF, however, expects a rebound in 2020.
This year was really the perfect storm. We had unfortunately a lot of shocks that hit the economy. I'm talking now about the drought, which obviously had an impact on agriculture. I'm talking about the impact the drought also has on electricity generation. We had the cyclone. So we had a lot of shocks that hit the economy and that are beyond the control of the government. At the same time, we're going through the fiscal adjustment, which by definition takes spending out of the economy. We're also starting to implement the currency reform, which is being put in place as we speak. So this explains why this year is a very tough year. But I think there's really, there's a lot of confidence when I speak to the private sector, when I speak to government officials, and also I think in our assessment that the economy will start improving sometime next year. Next year, hopefully, we're not going to have a repeat of these exogenous shocks. So I think, you have to differentiate fundamentals from the psychology. Based on the fundamentals, the economy is starting to stabilize. Things are moving in the right direction, and so we should not see the reaction that we're seeing right now. I think the reason we're seeing this reaction is more psychological. Okay, there's a questioning by market participants: why is the currency reform taking so long? Okay, if it's in the interest of the country to have an exchange rate, to have our own currency and to have a convergence of the official and the unofficial rate, why is it not taking place now? Why is it taking so long? And my sense is it's early days. The governor, I think, was very clear. He's putting in place the technical preconditions, and my sense is we're moving in the right direction. So hopefully the currency is going to start stabilizing very soon. But this assumes that the government does the right thing and moves further in the reform path.
Local analysts, however, believe that the market is a clear indication of the rot that is taking place in the background, and that the economy is in a worse situation than being reported.
We have an economy that's deep in recession, far deeper in recession, I think, than the S&P shows. The targets that were in the transitional tier, let's just call it TSP, in the TSP, were out of date pretty much before they were published. The idea that we'll be a middle-income country by 2030 is clearly nonsensical. You just do the numbers. It can't happen. So we're in deep recession, partly for demand side, the collapse of consumer spending due to falling disposable incomes, falling real wages. Real wages are already at a 5-year low. Now they're being pushed even substantially lower.
Others, however, say the political environment has to be corrected first.
They are upbeat, but it's not borne by the reality on the ground. Zimbabwe is a broken country. That's where we have to start. We are highly polarized. We are not a united country. Even the government itself, there is so much discord within the government itself. So inherently, if there is no harmony, you can't sing like an orchestra. You can't play like Manchester City or Liverpool or Barcelona. That play, because they understand each other. So we don't understand each other as Zimbabweans. We are just moving, hurtling from from post to pillar. Without any, real change in terms of outcomes. So for us to get good outcomes, we have to change the template. The only way to change the template is to foster unity, to foster a sense of harmony and cohesion amongst the Zimbabweans.
Meanwhile, the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe will stop printing money as part of an IMF staff monitoring program. This is an attempt to deal with the country's ongoing currency crisis. Sophie Mukwena, SABC News.